Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the live stream. Good to see you here on this Monday morning. So, today we are going to be working from our workbooks on page 18. Now, rather than trying to hold the camera up to a worksheet to show you my written work by hand today, I'm going to give an iPad and pen a go. Hopefully this will work for us effectively, so you can see exactly what I'm writing and talking about without having to hold a camera in one hand while writing in the other. So, without further ado, let's get into the topic for today. And so, as I mentioned, this is page 12. We've already done lesson 12. We've already done the first part of lesson 12 on page 17, and today we are now moving to, so we did that last week, we're going to move on to this page here, which is the bottom of page, which is page 18. So today we are going to be looking at a new rhythm called the dotted crotchet. So this is what a dotted crotchet looks like. There's an example of one right there. So I'm going to have a bit of a sing for you. Apologies for my bad singing as always. I try my best, but as I said, I'm a violinist and a piano player. Singing is just something I've learned along the way. So I'm just going to turn my keyboard on and get a starting note. And I'm going to sing you this little song, and I'll try and move the mouse along the way so you can hear what I'm singing. And that way you'll hear this rhythm. So this one is Viva, viva la musica, viva, viva la musica, viva la musica. So, that is that little melody here called Viva la Musica by Michael Pretorius, who lived many hundreds of years ago. So, you can see here as I sing it that it has a different rhythmic pattern to all the other values we've had so far. So, still got tars, TTs, 2 U's, minims, our regular rhythms that we've seen up until now. This note here, which looks like a crotchet with a dot, is so originally named the dotted crotchet. So let's have a look at what it is. Here's the dotted crotchet, written the right way up. That one's upside down. It's called a dotted crotchet in English, or a dotted quarter note in America. And this note lasts for 1.5 crotchet beats. Our rhythm name, like tars and TTs, is tam. So let's come back and have a quick look at this note. We've learned about dotted notes before. In fact, we saw the dotted minim a little while ago, which was a 3-count note. So the way the dotted notes work is that the dot next to the note adds half of the note's original value to it. So if that note on its own is worth 1, half of 1 is half. Therefore, this note is worth 1.5 beats. Similarly to the dotted minim, I'll jump back to a dotted minim quickly. We did it a few pages ago. My apologies for taking so long. Where was it? Scrolling through. Where did we see the dotted minim? No, it wasn't here. Sorry about this, guys. So we have definitely done the dotted minim, and it was on the page that had Frere Jacques. Well, no, oh, how lovely! There was the dotted minim there, and so we learned about the dotted minim being 3 counts, and mathematically that worked out because the dot adds half of the note's value to itself. So if that note's worth 2, half of 2 is 1, so 2 plus 1 equals 3. So it's still the same concept. You can add a dot to any note to make it longer by half of the original note's value. Okay, we're going to jump back to the page we're on, which was page number 17. As I said, we're almost done with the rhythms we need to know for our Year 10 course. After this page, the only other rhythms we need to do are rhythms in 6/8 time. And in fact, the notes are no different to what we've learned, they're just the way they're grouped are different. So, back to this one. Here is our little song, Viva la Musica. So, as you can hear, this note is a little bit longer. It's longer by half, and so it gives it kind of a forward driving motion. Because that's worth 1.5, we then fill out the rest of the beat usually with a single quaver. That's that flagged quaver. It's still a T or TT, but on its own it's a T, and it's worth half a beat. So therefore 1.5 beats plus half a beat results in a note pattern that covers 2 full beats. When we say this rhythm, we call this a tam, as I mentioned before, and then the quaver on its own is a T. The rest of the values are like we've learnt them, tars, TT, and 2 for the minim. So now I'm going to sing Viva la Musica one more time with the rhythm syllables. Just listen on this occasion, I'll get you to join in a moment. So if I count in 1, 2, 3, 4. Tam, ti, ta, ta, tu. Tam, ti, ta, ta, tu, ta, tu, ta, tu. So, if I tap the beat, which hopefully you can hear, yeah. Tam, ti, ta, ti. That's that first bar. So that tam goes over the first beat into the second beat. 2, 3, 4. Tam, ti, ta, ta, tu. Tam, ti, ta, tu. So that's the rhythm. We're going to have a go at saying this rhythm now as a class. So say it from your rooms in your house. Remember, there's no embarrassment when you're singing along today because the whole class can't hear it. And I'm sure your family love hearing your beautiful voices. So, if you can't sing the pitch, I don't mind. Just say the rhythm syllables. If you can say the rhythm syllables and sing it in tune with me, that's great too. Give it your best shot. Let's try singing through this together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tam, ti, ta, ta, tu. Tam, ti, ta, ta, tu. Ta, tu, ta, tu. Okay, so we've now sung a song that has the dotted crotchet to quaver pattern, or tam, ti. Let's have a look at how we would do this in a rhythmic dictation. So in this box, it succinctly says what I said before: a dot placed after a note, as in a dotted crotchet or dotted minim, adds half the original note's value onto it. For example, a crotchet is worth 1 crotchet beat. Therefore, a dot placed after this note will be worth half a crotchet beat. Therefore, a dotted crotchet is worth 1.5 crotchet beats. 1 beat for the crotchet plus half a beat for the dot. A dotted minim is worth 3 crotchet beats, 2 beats for the minim, plus 1 beat for the dot. Here is an example that uses the dotted crotchet rhythm and has the shorthand written above. So, before we say this rhythm, let's actually investigate the shorthand. You can see, like we've been doing in recent rhythms, we're putting beat lines above each bar. In this case, this rhythm is in 3/4 time. There are 3 crotchets per bar in total. So we have 3 beat lines per bar. You can see here that most of the note values are the ones we've learned in the past, like the crotchet, tar, single sound, TTs, doubles. We don't do too many dotted minims in our rhythmic dictations. This note goes for the whole bar, 3 beats, so that's why it's been marked off just on the first beat line. The shorthand is always about marking where the sound commences, and so then you know, using your ears and just remembering that that note would have continued on for the whole bar. Worth noting, if I played it on my claves, you could just write a crotchet followed by rests, because the sound of a clave disappears almost instantly. However, if the note was played on the piano, then you would hear that the note went for the full 3 beats. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. This is how we shorthand the tam T. As I mentioned before, when you tap the beat, the tam goes over 2 beats. Tam T, and there's the sound after the beat. I'm not saying the note goes for 2 beats in length, I'm just saying it goes over into the second beat. Tam T, so it's after the beat. So what we do is we mark a line on the first beat line, because that's where the tam starts, but the T falls after the next solid beat. Tam, T, and then ta. Because the note comes after the second beat, we put a little line after, like this. And that is how we shorthand the tam, T. Cool. Great. We're going to do a little question now that helps us get our ears in tune for listening to this tam, T rhythm. So I'll explain how this works. So a reminder, we're on page 18 here. Changes in rhythm. A short rhythm is written below. This example will be clapped to you. I'll clap it to you firstly as it is written on the page. Now listen carefully here because it's a little confusing. Even in the classroom, it takes a few explanations to get on track with working out how this goes. I will clap this rhythm exactly as it's played there. Afterwards, I will then play the rhythm a few more times. And there will be changes here and here over these beats. So where the asterisks are, that's where there will be changes. Your job is to listen and then write in above the notes what the change is. So, just having a little look in my book now to see what the changes are. Excellent. Okay, so what I can tell you now is at these spots, and I'm going to erase those circles that I've done. At these spots here, this asterisk, and here at this asterisk, there will be changes. Now I'm going to give you a few hints to keep things simple. These changes are going to be based around the note values we've learned most recently. So we've currently learned in most recent lessons about T ticker, ticker T, and we've just in the last few minutes learned this pattern here. So basically what will happen here is in these beats here, 1, 2, I'll be substituting what's there for one of these three. Cool. So we'll take it from there. So I'm going to take out my claves now and I'm going to play for you the rhythm. Again, I'll make it really clear one more time. The rhythm right here as it is written on the page. So there's nothing to write at this very stage. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm now going to play this rhythm again a few times, and when we get to the sections with the asterisks here and here, I'll be playing one of these options instead of what's there, and you can just write your answer up here next to the asterisk. So here we go. Here is the changed, altered version. First playing. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll play that again. I probably should have counted along that time, so I'll count this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to play that rhythm again, and then I'll give you part of the answer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's focus on this part here. I'll go from the start and I'll say what I played. Sorry, my iPad just went to sleep. Give me a second here. Sorry about that. Just working on new technology. That happens occasionally. Sorry, guys. Jumping back in. It's going to take its sweet time to fix up. My apologies, guys. Technical error. Come on, you can do it. It's all up to you. Okay. Okay. Let's try this. Okay, I should probably put some background music in whilst we're fixing this little technical issue. Okay, so let's try again. Yes, I've noticed that there were only 3 people watching, but I can tell you right now we've had 12 concurrent viewers. But thanks for the comment. Okay, we have our page back up online. So, not sure what happened there, but we'll do our best with what we've got there. So, hopefully you can all see that now, and that's clearer for you. Okay, so let's try again. Where were we? So, I will say the rhythm that I played whilst pointing to the notes on the page. So what I played was da 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 da. So you would have noticed there I didn't play da da da. I played da da da. Which one's that? It is ticka-tee. So I'll write that in. This is how I'm expecting you to do it. So just next to here, you can write the answer like this. So which side gets the double this time? Here we go. It's on that side. Da, da, da. So, I'll play the question again, and then let's try and get the second bar correct now. 3, 4. Hopefully you heard that there was a longer note on this occasion in this part. So it was da, 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 da. So if I was to tap the beat as I say that, da, 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 da. So we had the sound that went longer and then had its second half fall after the next beat. So that was in fact that note value there. So there's a little question to get our ears in tune for the ticka-tee, T-ticka and tam-tee. We are now going to attempt a rhythmic dictation using the new note values that we have just learned. So, whoops, sorry, I got a bit of a technical issue here. So I'm trying to use my iPad, pushing the wrong button slightly. Let's try again. That's better. Okay, so here we go. We are going to be working on this question here. Okay, first things first, we need to put our own beat lines in because they are not given for us. And they aren't usually given to you in tests. In the future, I might occasionally give beat lines for 1, but by the time you get to year 11 and 12, it's up to you whether you use beat lines or not. I strongly recommend it, but it's not a compulsory aspect of the course, although you'd be mad not to use it because it's a great method. But there are other shorthand methods out there that some other teachers use, but the one I teach you is the one that I prefer. So here we go. I'm going to pop the beat lines across the top. So we need to look, what time signature are we in? We are in 4/4 time. Sorry about the background noise there. My son is obviously not happy about something and clearly not mature enough to self-regulate his voice. So there are our beat lines set up 4 beats per bar. So to remind you, the notes that will be in this question are in no particular order. There will be crotchets, and the shorthand for a crotchet is 1 sound. There will be pairs of quavers, TTs. There will be ticka-tickas, or groups of 4 semiquavers. Okay. And in this particular question, to keep it simple, we're only going to add one more note value, and that will be the new tam T. So the first sound falls on the beat and the second sound falls after. Okay, so they are the sounds that we are expecting in our question now. I would strongly recommend that you quickly write that down just below the question. Certainly have your beat lines above the question ready too. Okie doke, so I'm going to play this question to you. Now, as usual, 5 times through. Because we are in an online situation, I'll just play it 5 times through with a gap between each playing. And then, after you've had a good shot at it, we'll then reveal the answer bit by bit. So, this is the question, rhythmic dictation, at the very bottom of page 18. First playing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you're probably a little confused there. Quite a few different note values played all in one question. Remember, we can always break this down and do it step by step, section by section. In an exam or test situation at Year 10, you'll get at least 5 playings, which means you can break it up. Maybe do 2 beats per playing, and then use the last playing to check your answer. I'll play this again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll now play this rhythm a 3rd time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll play this a 4th time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'll now play this a 5th and final time before then taking you through the answer. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's have a look at what we had here. So, first things first, the first bar went 3, 4. Da, 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 da. So what did we hear in these first 2 beats? We definitely heard a sound fall on the first beat. Where did the next one fall? 1, 2, and 3, and 4. I'll tap that using this. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can hear that the sound came after the second count of the beat. So it was there. Therefore, that opening rhythm was this tam T. So, I'm just going to fix that up because it wasn't coloured in very well. And now I'm going to write the note here. There you go. So, there is the first part of our rhythm. Now let's finish off the bar. It was da, da, dun, 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 da. In this last bit, dun, dun, da. Or ti, ti, ta. So, I'll pop the notes in for you there. Just colour that in. There you go. Okay, so there's the first part of the question. Tam, ti, 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 ta. Let's have a look at the next bit. 3, 4. Da, 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 da. Have we heard the pattern here before? Yes, we have. It was the dun, dun, repeated. So, dun, dun. I'll pop that in. Cool. Like that. So, all we've got left to do now is the final part of the question. I'll go from here. Da, 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 da. We heard quite a lot of notes there. Now we've got a limited number of patterns, so which is the one that sounds like lots of notes all in one beat? That would be the ticka ticka. 4 sounds on one beat. I'm going to fix that. That was a bit dodgy. Try again. Oops. Getting used to this pen. That was still dodgy. Try again. Ah. Let's try this. There you go. Start again. Good enough. Close as it's going to get. And then what was the last beat? Ticka ticka da. 1 sound on the end. Ticka ticka da. You can't really see my beam very well there, so I'll do that again. Yeah, good enough. And ta at the end. So that is our entire question. I'll say that rhythm for you now one more time. It was 3, 4. Tam, ti, 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 ta. Tam, ti, ticka, ticka, ta. Can we all say that rhythm together now as a class? 1, 2, 3, 4. Tam, ti, 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 ta. Tam, ti, ticka, ticka, ta. I'm going to clap that rhythm to you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take your hands out now and let's clap this rhythm together. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, just take a few more moments to write your answer in. We'll be signing off in a moment to go back to the Zoom classroom for any other questions or advice or help that you need in today's lesson. Once you've done this, please photograph the work we've just done and email or upload that to Compass for me as a part of your weekly learning submission. The week 3 learning submission is now up there ready to use. Also, please don't forget the musictheory.net exercises. Please go in and do 10 of each link and then post a progress report into Compass as well so I can see how you're going. I do watch and have a look at how you're going and see your scores. If you've still got some time left after that and you've not gone in and done the improvisation task from last Thursday, even though last week is now done, if you've not done that task, I'd really encourage you to go in there and follow the video again, watch the video, have a go at doing some jazz improvisation, and if you haven't done it yet, please record a short improvisation for me, because I really love hearing the music that you're making. And this is a music course after all, and whilst we might not be at school and able to get our hands on the instruments, it's really important that we keep on creating music as well as learning about the academics of music during this time. So please do engage with that task if you did not get to do it last Thursday. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to sign off for now and see you back in the Zoom meeting for any further help that you may need. See you then.